Testing the mic. It was a little low. Just myself. Any better? Ooh, that's clipping. How about now? Yep, that looks a little bit better in the feed. Although I am sitting a little farther away. Probably should have live split up too if I'm practicing. Updates for live split. We're into 5 characters, 6 espers. It's down. I guess the same as always, but still. Check this in the balance in case the stores are cool. Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. It's been a while. I'll shake the rest off. Try that again. Dart sell for quite a bit. Probably money right there. I'm just checking major shops. Shops are random-ish. Shoes could be fun. for yet. Shields, please. Of course, armor. Oh, Raging and Blizzard. Shields. The Mazda, maybe? This line. Oh, great. The relic shop, right? Knives are okay. Except a little bit better. I need armor. Oh, really nice. Our lances. I get lucky, man. Cat heads are nice. Hey, dude. It's not for nearly as much time. Wheel? One cat head it is. Luminous. There we go. And ammo weapons. For now, everybody gets some Lumina. That's about it. Sad. Okay. It's Marvel shoes, I guess. Right. Magic. Yes. of done-ish. And I guess we're doing Fibro. To loot or not to loot? Still need some this. Probably gonna kinda. They got warp stones. Oh well. Best one for luminance, huh? Might have to switch to that. Get the valley knife. Get me out of here. That's probably gonna kill him. Okay, we saved before. Yeah. Do that. However, it's still just practice. So now all our fun stuff's in Jador. to input on the return. Oh, we're running now. That's fun to know. Next time. Oh, it spells. Let's see, probably not. Crossbow. We are going to link on anything. Actually, let's go to Shadows check first and then link on. Tell you I get you live. Not a bad one for minutes. Yeah, well. Rocks really helped on the first night. Yeah, we can't. So anything. thematically appropriate. Back to back. In the body, but that's fine too. Speed forever. Lots of money. The ultras. I didn't clock that. Not a character. Good thing I decided. That's a flame. That's just sweet. I guess we're doing go-go. Go, go. Save. Nickel turn on. Do the song dance. Over here. too long. Load up. Load up. Can you get me out of here? So, you can't. Alright. Something to note. Do not take just go-go if you need to work. Not sure if faster. Not sure if I should be leading these. For certain I shouldn't be. Let's get our party back and go to those check. This way. That's not good. Might have some... They don't... Mern might kill me. Hilarious. Alright, tomorrow, let's go back to Narsh. Check the relic shop here. I think I'll let's I wish I came across shields. It's okay. Marble. Marble shield. Looks like its character. Oh, I have my remove. I like doing the intake moves. I entirely forgot about that. I'm pretty sure I have my remove. Let's check that out. I could imagine say yeah, that's all. I'll just say here. Character at tomorrow, and then other side at Castle, desert, like on there. Bigger. Golly. I just signed you. I don't remember if no free lunch is on. Should mean that we're not getting back to character. Let's see. Awesome. definitely not tomorrow. So. Welcome to the party. I think I can warp out from there, but... What I did there. Don't technically need to be... I didn't buy that many. First. New character. While I'm here. Just in case. Go to the falls. Yes, please. Yeah, please. Good lord. Why not? Reset at 14 minutes. Really feeling that one. I can't. Fuck. Probably strong enough to switch to it. Buy model shoes. I figured you'd be dead there. Tempted to elixir. I kind of want that in the time. So. Back all 2,000. No, that's fine. Not the fastest, but a good de-rusty. It's okay. Not really worried about any of this climb. That's a dead end. All right, Burl. I'm not drunk. Keep talking up. Train here. I guess.
third biggest reason to get Luminous. Ooh, bye go-go. And hello, Morrow. All things considered, not a bad de-rest. What to do, what not to do. Don't take go-go into somewhere because you don't know what. Save before major troubles. I'm pretty sure my accent. Oops. I just play another one. And you don't really need to try them. Honestly, you don't need the eggs. The eggs will make it go faster. Yep. Okay. Well, the official race is in like an hour? I think so. Plenty of time. Apparently it's in 45 days. You just reset it. Again, reset so I can get it on the map screen. Yeah, in game. If you're looking at the time that I have on live split, I died a few minutes into my practice run without saving. Yeah, just a little bit de-rest. Also, that's a hard seed. Forced go-go, Umaro, almost forced Atma, forced Attack.
Hey.
Hello.
How's it going, Sid?
Oh, it's going. We're really windy here, so hopefully the power manages.
Yeah, same here.
We had a nasty windstorm a few days ago, but it seems to have chilled out. We also had 3 inches of snow for one day.
Wow.
It was all gone by the next day.
They'd be shut down for a month in Texas with 3 inches of snow. Even when it's gone, just in case.
Dwyer, how you been?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
No.
I can.
Nope.
No.
Okay, got it.
Yes. I mean, no.
Left.
My computer's being like really, it keeps like freezing up and then unfreezing, and so I was just worried.
Ooh.
Yeah, not what I want to happen right now.
No.
Yeah, that'd be awful.
Shango's not here yet.
Are we doing a race room for any of this, or just handing out seeds?
No, we're gonna have to just kind of hand out seeds.
Yeah.
Oh.
What the race room is, we can't start a race room. Oh, you got moved. Okay. Hello.
Hello. Everyone's
Yeah, we're all like, what happened?
The problem is we can't start a race room because not all the racers are here to start the room. So you're just gonna have to say done, go, I guess, just in texting.
Yeah.
In our event room.
Yeah. That's fair.
Because, like,
Yeah,
for
that's
instance, Workin's not here. Okay, he's not going to be here till like halfway through the race. So
We can make it work. It's all
Oh,
good.
yeah. I think it's what we did
Yeah.
last time, where we just had like a separate, unofficial chat room, and you just typed in "done" there, and that was kind of counted.
I need to start distributing the seeds too. Remember that.
Okay.
Alrighty. I wanted to start off by saying hello. Dewia and Turdsman, I think y'all are the two comms for this event.
Yes.
So just as an FYI, we currently have an open poll for the length of the buzz cut.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
My hope is that it goes a little longer, but judging by the way that these events tend to go, I assume that it's going to go to the shortest.
I would say, you hoping the length's going to get longer, or are you hoping that the length of the vote's going to get longer, or both?
Let's say
Fingers
yes.
crossed for that guard
Yes
four.
is the right
Yes.
answer.
Yes is the
Honestly,
right answer.
Honestly, probably the longer it goes on, the shorter it'll get. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
If there's any incentives that y'all want to put at 2,000, we are 300 away right now.
Well, the
so it's
other
something
one
that
would
y'all-
be the other one would be save, kill, Sid. I guess. I guess that would be
Alright.
the other one.
I don't know, Turdsman, can you think of any like commentator things that we could do?
Pet the dog.
let's see.
I'm all for embarrassing myself online. I don't.
That's what I'm trying to thread that needle.
Meow to the opera.
I mean, I would do that anyway. I don't need an
I mean,
incentive.
for real, that that was definitely a thing.
Gonna happen no matter
the
what.
opera, yeah. I mean, the opera is already incentive met, so one runner is going to have to do it. So,
I mean, I feel like meowing the opera would be a good one. That was a lot of fun at Sigil's birthday when everybody just
10.
went for it.
Yeah.
So I have one of my runners is missing at the moment.
Sounds
so I am going to send you the one I do have right now, so you can get an audio check. So the video is coming from my camera. The audio is coming from the screen share, which I have to redo because I switched rooms. Hold on. That is not the right screen share. Hold on. That's the right one. Guess the audio should be coming through.
Okay, watch stream. Okay. Okay, our teams are.
Apologies. I decided to join on the stream computer. Here we are. Alrighty.
Okay, we've got team 1.
So, Saber, which would you like me to pull from?
So the video you have to pull from the virtual cam,
Mongo.
but the audio you got to pull from the screen share.
Wiggle.
All right, I'll keep it unmuted then.
Working.
Yeah, because audio is going to pass through the virtual camera.
Yeah.
That's like computer just does not do that, I guess, for Discord, unfortunately. Hopefully,
Right,
audio's passing through. Cross fingers.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
I'm going to be typing up the announcement real quick. I'm here. I'm just going to be typing.
Sigil.
What's up?
If Shango's not here the next 5 minutes, you're number 1.
Okay.
Congratulations. Or I'm sorry.
So I would just, Sigil, if I were you, I would load up the first seed just in case he doesn't show up. So you'll be runner 1.
Shango's talking in the.
Talk to, yeah.
Oh, he is?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Shango's talking in the thread.
You might not
Okay.
know to join the voice channel
yeah.
you pulled over here.
Yeah.
Wait, let me get him over here. I'm gonna try to pull him.
So, just for clarification, are both the screens going to be cropped to what Team 1's looks like? Where, hello.
Yeah.
You're
So on so Team 1 and Team 2 on left and right side of the screen. So I just gotta wait for the other guy to show up so I can pull him. He's not here, so
Got a little bit on the Britain side, so it may want to.
there he is. Okay, I got him now.
Yeah.
Shango.
All right. Block it out when we block them out. Look it in.
Shango.
All right.
Are you getting audio? Bud?
What? Oh,
How y'all do?
Good.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Glue and Quay are in the waiting room too.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Wait a
I'll pull him up.
Yeah. Oh, people getting pulled up.
Yep, got him.
No, we have. Yeah.
I got him.
Yeah.
uh-oh. My power's flickering.
Oh Jesus!
Oh
I never run out of power. This is weird. I've got like battery backups for 5 minutes, so hopefully I'll be all right.
We have 5 minutes to get back up and running. Damn.
Yeah, just go
It just flickered. So
finish the
everything's fine.
seed really fast.
What is it?
Gotta go fast. All right, 10. You got audio or no?
I know. Let's see.
And Glue Shango, yes, I know I forced the starting party.
Yeah, that's fine.
I rolled
So where do
the seed 15 times and could not get Yamaro.
The one that you rolled in the chat that
the
wasn't
random
official
one I
had
rolled for practice. Yeah, I had it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a fast one too.
They're all supposed to be fast.
Yeah, you're looking like for kind of hoping between 40 minutes or so, 45.
Yeah, if you're going over 40 minutes, it's either a bad seed or something's wrong.
So when we're done, are you just going to tell the next runners when we're done, or do we need to say something?
Just type done. Just type
Where?
done in our chat area on our Discord. So the next
Okay.
runner should be keeping an eye on that, and that's their cue to go.
I can't find it.
Can't find audio?
No, I'm talking about. Where can't you find?
Announcement's done.
Yeah.
By the way, I really like how you're like, oh, if you're going over 40 minutes. Okay, I think my best one in the last 2 days was like 45. So thanks,
And most
Saber.
people last time went over 45 minutes.
I think I had a 37 last time. Although my practice today was 54, so.
Good thing I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
I've had a 20. I've had a 28. Okay, on this thing. All right.
I'm playing
but
the wrong game.
You're a good runner. I'm a sucky runner.
I'm not a good runner.
No pressure, Saberwolf. No pressure.
Right? Yeah. Don't worry about it. I've just done a 20. It's not a big deal.
Look, we're at the end. We can take as much time as we need.
I'm playing the wrong game. There's no Ayla.
Yes.
You're right. That is a problem. You could rename Umaro.
All right. 10, need anything?
Not. I don't believe so. I'm just finishing up the last couple of.
But Ayla's a team player.
It's true. Best double text in the game.
That's right.
So again, guys, your video is coming from the virtual camera, but the audio you're listening to is coming from the screen share.
Should I leave this voice chat once we start the run?
I would just deafen. If you're actively running, I would say just deafen. That way you don't have to leave the room.
And mute, I guess, if you want to swear.
Yeah.
Hey, Tersman, do you mind taking point on this one?
Oh, sure.
All right, awesome.
What
channel are we on?
I'll be doing a spiel for the both of you. And I'll cue you both in.
Oh yeah, Saberwolf's got an intro.
Yeah.
What his normal hosting thing goes, and then I'll.
How do you deafen a channel? I tried right clicking. I don't see anything.
At the bottom of Discord, you're going to see the earmuffs, or the headphone button. Just click on that. That's definitely it's going to mute your mic and your headphones.
I'm looking. Have you guys already reached your goal?
So our big goal for the event was like 1,400 because that marks the time that we're at because that marks when we hit 10K raised as an event. But our event's goal is 2,000, which we're still 300 off from.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
shatter that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm out of it this time around just because I've been so busy with real life stuff that I haven't been keeping up with anything.
Same.
I've been busy with many different tournaments.
Yeah, well, you're a freak like that and can do that.
Yes. Sigil's been busy traveling across the continents and fighting random world warriors.
Yes.
The Ryu of randomizers. In that he's average. Got him.
There's no double text in this game. It's invalid.
You're invalid.
Whoa.
Put a Genji glove on. That's pretty close.
I mean,
Gauntlet or go home.
All right. I think I'll set up on my end if you are ready to go.
Okie dokie. I'm ready when you are. Just making sure you had the game audio going through there when I had it going.
Who's going to give us the countdown?
I have no way of checking game audio because my phone doesn't exactly work on that end. If anybody in the channel has game audio, then I will have game audio.
Okay, yeah, because that's why I say if you pull the audio from my screen share, that's how it worked last time. It just was really freaking low. That's the only problem. It was there.
I think I might have been pulling it, but it was still kind of low.
Yeah, that was maxed out at 125.
Does anybody in the VC have audio from the screen share?
I am getting audio from it. It is pretty quiet, but
Because what you're hearing is what I'm going to hear.
Okay, I have Glue's audio going now.
Glue's audio coming in.
I don't hear anything, but I'm checking my settings. It might be on my settings because I've messed with things.
I don't hear anything on the screen share.
Yeah, everything's turned up to 100 or 120. That's the maximum audio I can pump out.
And I've got mine.
Are you asking if it's coming through on Twitch or if it's coming through here?
Here.
No, I don't hear anything.
Okay.
On the screen share?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want me to drag green screen?
So the screen share that he's talking about is the one with OBS stuff on it also.
Yeah. Yeah, you listen to the OBS with all the meters and everything, but you're watching the virtual camera.
So I was trying to figure out how to get rid of the screen share while I'm racing, and I disconnected.
Yeah, just hit pop out to a full screen and minimize it.
Do you want me to make a roll so all of y'all have access to this channel?
That probably wouldn't be a bad idea, since a couple of people have mentioned that because of the weather and the high winds, they're having issues. That way,
that's true. Yeah, they might.
You want to make sure that they can reconnect.
All right.
Yeah, I guess it is really.
Yeah, it's just low. It's like Lou's turned up to 125 on VLC, and I have everything. All the other two is up to 100. So,
dumb question: are we going to be seeing just those two small screens right there, or is it going to be enlarged like normal?
No, you can look at the other.
You can look at the virtual game.
Yeah.
Why?
The other thing that Saber's streaming.
Why am I not seeing that?
Like camera?
Yeah, why am I not? Why am I not seeing the virtual cam? Yeah, the only thing I'm having an option for, I guess I'm dumb, is like seeing his OBS thing.
For me, at least, it's just clicking on like his icon. Ends up bringing it up. Like the OBS screen share is a separate little bip down here.
Bip down here. Where's the bip down here?
Sorry, all the icons that are that make up the call.
Yeah, if you go to grid view, you should be able to see it. Like if you go to the grid view for with all of us, because like if you the one that has all of our names, there's the watch stream where you can watch stream, and then his virtual cam is showing.
Got it. Thank you.
Which I can hear from that one if I jack it up to 200%.
I am all set up. Y'all ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As for all of y'all, Saber will give y'all your intro. And then after the intro happens, y'all are good to start. Commentary.
Alrighty.
So, Saberwolf.
Yes.
How do we know when to start? Like start the race?
You guys can keep on listening. You don't have to def it until the race actually starts.
Right.
We can count you down to ready, set,
go.
You're
gonna give us a countdown? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. We'll cut you down to 3, 2, 1, go, and you could just deafen then.
Okay.
You want to tell Drinks Glue that because he's not in here?
Wait,
Yeah, yeah, he is. He's in
he's
here.
in the room.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
he was down in the couch waiting room a second ago. I'm blind.
Also, just so everybody in the VC knows, for when you're talking about it, if you do want to talk about it, there is an active poll that just got created like last run. So there's not really anything on it right now but $5 for the length of the buzz cut that'll happen. And then there's also now an incentive at 2,000 where the host will meow with the opera.
Marvelous.
I love you too, David. One.
I mean, again, we would do that anyway, but sure, we'll throw money at it.
It's gonna happen within the first 5 minutes.
I know.
Yeah,
They're like, oh,
Well,
we're
the
okay.
incentive
Yeah,
doesn't even
opera.
have
Let's
to be
go.
met. Yeah.
Slap that down.
I know, Cerise isn't here, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Cerise donated like, I don't know, was it like $500-$600 last time?
Wasn't it Sigil? Sigil's like
Was
the
that
Or
her?
huge.
Sigil. No, I'm sorry, it was Sigil. I know it was Sigil or Cerise. It was one or the other.
Yeah, Sigil,
It
man.
was Sigil.
All right. Well, I'm going to get y'all started.
Alrighty.
Best of luck.
All right, thanks.
And Saber, just so you know, once again, your cue that you're live is the undeafened symbol antenna
Yep.
cue.
Yep, and the other one, correct. Alrighty, folks. Good luck, have fun. And thank you again.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gaming Hopes Marathon for Gamers Against Cancer. Once again, this fundraiser is for Stand Up to Cancer. Once again, they are a 501c3 organization that helps raise money against cancer. So Stand Up to Cancer funds and develops the newest and most promising cancer treatments to help patients today. Stand Up to Cancer and innovations and connections to scientists leads to better cancer prevention, diagnoses, and treatment, which means that we can help save lives now. Just today, 5,200 people in the United States alone will be diagnosed with cancer. Progress against one type of cancer is progress against all types of cancers. That's why we're committed to funding ambitious and robust research and awareness efforts focused on incorporating health equity in cancer care. For the benefit of all patients facing cancer, 100% of your donations, again, received supports Stand Up to Cancer and its collaborative cancer research programs. Once again, we have gone to the special mystery event of our entire series marathon. We've been going over 488 hours. We're coming to the end on Gaming for Hope. This, once again, we are running this back because it was so popular for the Gaming for Hope Gamers Against Suicide. We brought back the Final Fantasy VI relay race. We're going to have 2 teams of 4 people going head to head just to entertain you all. Now, a couple of notes about this run is that every single seed will be different for each runner. So the first 2 runners that we have on screen, of course, which will be Glue and Shango, will not be the same seed as the runners going to be running subsequent to that. Joining us in the booth for this amazing run will be Dwaya and Tersman. So thank you all for watching this, and I'll be jumping in for donation updates and like that. And because I'm basically running all the stuff in the background, queuing against each runner as we go along. So hopefully this will work out like it did last time. So please take it away.
All right. Thank you very much, Saberwolf. Yes, my name is Turdsman. I'm here in the booth with Dwaya, and we are going to be enjoying some fantastic Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide. It is going to be a relay race today, which is the seeds that we use for that. We like to call the Super Ball relay. They're a little bit faster. It's a little bit easier in some ways to try to move this along. Dwaya, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. I'm so happy to be here again this year. I've been looking forward to this event. I've got a great co-commentator, and we've got some great runners too. So can't ask for anything more.
Absolutely. We got 8 folks lined up to entertain y'all tonight. like Saberwolf had said at the beginning, starting off in Team 1 is going to be Drinks Glue, and starting off in Team 2 is going to be Papa Shango. I believe, Dwight, you have the full list, correct?
I do.
I have
Okay,
that
so
in front of me right now.
So let's go with our full list for Team 1. Again, we've got Drinks Glue, like we said. We've got Cid. We've got Professor Wiggle. And we've got Christopher Warkin. For Team 2, again, Papa Shango. We've got Sigil, Dragon Lady K, and One Free Fitz.
All right, yeah, fantastic lineup on both sides.
We've got some incentives, don't we? Going for
yes.
These runners?
Yes, we do. We have a big incentive at $2,000, which, if we can meet that, then the host is going to join us for an opera in the middle of this relay that we will be singing entirely with meows. It's a very important piece of this puzzle.
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, I would probably be doing it anyway. But
it's
hey,
gonna happen regardless.
Yeah, give us,
But we'll mute our mics if we don't make the.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
We're doing it. It'll be for us.
I'm already doing enough in the background. I'm gonna be talking for you guys.
Yeah, fair enough. That's on us.
So, the other incentive that we have is, I believe there's a poll going on for the length of a buzz cut.
Yes. I believe it's $5. Get you in there to decide whether or not the buzz cut is going to be really short or really long. I don't know how you get a long buzz cut exactly.
I don't know. I think if you go a buzz cut, you're going to go all the way.
It's going down to scalp, probably.
Yeah. Just get out that Bic and let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you shave your head? Yeah.
Go the full direction with it. Just get the wax out. Clean it up.
Yeah. Make sure it's shiny. Can reflect that light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Scare off predators.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you don't have that hair for protection, then
that's right.
Yeah.
Hit him with a solar flare.
I mean, they do say that solar energy is the clean energy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go for it. So anyway, with the Super Bowl relay, have you played this flat deck recently? I actually have not. I've been slacking a little bit.
Not in a little while. I did play a quick one last night. I didn't end up finishing it just because it was kind of late and I had to get to bed. But it is substantially faster than the more standard seeds. Typically about between an hour 10 minutes, hour 30 minutes for a lot of the other flag sets. Super Bowl relays are designed to go much faster. We're predicting about 40 minutes per. And the big things that assist that are, you see here on the screen, the requirement to unlock Final Kefka is substantially smaller than a standard seed. 5 characters and 6 espers, as opposed to 6 characters and 9 espers, and KT skip is unlocked immediately, so we won't have to be worrying about all of that obnoxious walk up the final dungeon. And in addition to that, the Final Kefka fight at the end is going to be scaled. Usually it is just left as whatever whatever level Kefka is at the end of the game. In this
level
case,
70.
Level 70. I think it varies between some of the parts, but that makes sense. In this flag set, that is going to be scaled probably down to around where our characters are at. So they will be able to get through that final fight with a little bit less in their way than they normally would. We saw them kind of wandering around the settings there a little bit. We saw some pretty good items in the item pool. We saw that they get a free Illumina for doing various small quests, saving Cid, performing in an opera, things of that nature.
Yeah. So on that note about performing opera, only one runner from each group has to do the performing opera, because if we sat here and did the whole entire opera, we'd be here an extra 30 minutes. So only one runner from each team will need to do that, which they'll get an Illumina for. And second of all, I just want to give a quick shout out before we get this going, because we're about to drop the flag here. For me personally, this event run is specifically for my mother-in-law, which we affectionately call her Mama Bear. She was diagnosed with cancer the end of this past year, end of last year. She had surgery on that cancer a couple weeks ago, and they've gotten 100% rid of it. So again, if it wasn't for these fundraising stuff like this, she would not be with us today. So for me personally, this means a lot immediately. So thank you all for showing up for this.
Yeah, it's amazing to hear.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Congratulations.
So let's go over. We can see our starting party. Normally, our starting party is random. We don't know who we're starting with. But we are starting with Umaro the Yeti, Sabin, and Cyan, which, chef's kiss, I will take any day of the week.
Oh yeah, this is a very, very good starting party. Sabin and Cyan, kind of goofy equipment restrictions, but that is not a factor in Super Bowl Relay. Those tend to... I think it's got 100% equip rate on it, so everybody is going to be able to use any sword, which means that Sabin and Cyan, with their very high vigor and, on Sabin's side at least, a pretty good speed set, they are going to be pretty strong party members. And Umaro, of course, he's the Yeti. You put a big sword in his hand, you just kind of let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like you explained the way that the team works. Already.
I mean, I did, but I'm listening also, so my explanation probably in text is not very good. So you're basically, we're doing a relay race. So whenever Glue finishes, the next person in line, Cid, will then start on their seed that has been rolled. And we just go forth, and each team member will trade off with the next team member until the end. And whether Team 1 wins or Team 2 wins, regardless, it's going to be a great event.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, I think we need to go ahead and get these guys started. So I'm going to go ahead and count down from 10. Once I hit 0, we will be off to the races. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Of course, there's delay.
Counting down
here we
from
go.
10 that was way too high. I felt really awkward by the time I got to 6.
Yeah, you want to do like a nice number like 5.
Yeah. Okay, I'll remember that for next time. So we saw a bunch of windows there pop up on Team 2's side of all the little goodies they get at the start. We will try to deal with those as we go.
Okay, so for anybody out there that's not familiar with how Worlds Collide works, we talked about the unlock of being, what was it, five character 6 espers. That means that they have to find 5 characters, 6 espers in the world, and checks are hidden behind characters. So each time they find a character, they're going to open up more checks in the world. Unlocking Finals Kefka's Tower, what that means is they can go into Kefka's Tower at any point, but at the very end of the game, whenever you step on those last 3 switches to face Final Kefka, if they don't have the unlock requirements met, they get laughed off those switches.
Oh,
so that's what we mean.
So
Unfortunately.
Okay, so I gotta interject here real quick. So right before we started, we had a bunch of donations. We had Dwaya, our commentator in the booth, with a $10 donation. Jay Brunter, a member of community. Let's Go Meow with a $25 donation. Taylor Swifting with a $100 donation. I came here to fight cancer and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. And also Sigil with a $100 donation. I want to see Glue. Why remove Yamaro? And that's what he did. That's why Yamaro got kicked out of the party, and that's why removed him on screen.
I mean, I was really curious why that happened, because I know Glue, and the Yeti is his absolute favorite character. I know that he is probably crushed in his soul right now.
He is nothing if not a professional.
Yes.
I appreciate. Thank you all so much for the donations. That is fantastic. We are very close now, $80 away from the concerto.
I mean, are you a tenor or a bass, or are you?
when I'm meowing, definitely a tenor.
Okay, definitely a tenor. Yeah,
I'll try
I'll
try to pull it down.
I mean, whenever I was, singing in like choir and everything, I was always a soprano, but I'm pretty sure my meows are going to be alto just to save everybody's ears.
That's probably a good idea.
Oh,
yeah.
Speaking of which, here we go.
Oh,
hey, going into it right away.
Yeah, but we haven't hit that. We haven't hit that 2,000 mark.
Well, that's okay. For Team 2, DLK will be doing the opera for Team 2, which she is running number 3. So we have about 1 hour to get to that point.
Okay. Well, just know that we're meowing in our hearts right now. For everybody out there.
It's like
so as we see,
I'm debating on letting it go or just talking about all the amazing stuff that we've been seeing in shops throughout these opening couple of minutes.
I mean, we're going to see the opera again.
That's true.
We're going to meow for the opera. So for now, let's give a start and let's give our fans out there in the chat, everybody watching, how this is going to work, what our runners are probably going to be doing and looking for first.
So yeah, we have here Team 2 right now is doing their first check over at the collapsing house that Sabin saves in the vanilla game. So these are the things that are going to be providing our runners with their progression, their espers, their characters. We saw that there was a little imp sprite holding up the house at the beginning there. That means it is not going to be a character. That doesn't necessarily guarantee that it's going to be an esper, however, it could still be an item. So that is a consideration that a runner is going to have to make going through this. If they have all the characters they need and they go to a check and they happen to see a character there ahead of time, maybe it's not really worth it.
That's true. And ShadowCid is reminding us that no free lunch is on. So that means that the free checks, meaning that they don't have to do a fight, is going to be an item and not progression. So Papa Shango, he is either aware of that and looking for some great early offense, or he's not aware of it and just hoping.
Yeah. Gonna get some great early offense.
I mean, it's a win-win no matter what.
And also there are no espers in the auction house as well.
Yeah, but we don't talk about the auction house.
It would be incredible if a Super Ball seed required somebody to go to the auction house. That would be pretty amazing, actually. But in this case, we found an ice shield. Good find. We'll see if we hang on to it or if we snap.
Offering for $1?
Oh yeah, I'll take that. 2 for $1.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, well, you're in the world of ruin and the economy is actual trash. So yeah, they're just giving away those things.
So I will say one thing I did notice both of our runners do is they bought a handful of shurikens at one of the shops, which I'm assuming they have a character that's starting with throw. I didn't quite catch a look at a status screen at the beginning of this. However,
I believe the abilities are I know Cyan has natural magic. And I think it was like GP throw, natural magic Cyan, and Sabin had something else that wasn't that good.
Okay, interesting. I had noticed in that same shop there were aura lances for 23, which were substantially cheaper than the shurikens, and I'm wondering if there's something I might not be aware of that would make the shurikens a better throwing option.
I mean, who knows? There also might be just the case of, hey, maybe I'll get a throw character and...
Yeah, that's true.
I mean...
Ooh, Valiant Knife.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. We cannot meow yet. We are still, what is it, $55 away from that 2,000. So we're going to be meowing for the next opera.
Close.
It is close. So we're going to need you guys in chat to get right on that if you want to hear us meow. Sorry. That's how it works. No free lunches on.
That's right. Yeah, that flag is on.
It's on for us commentators, too.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well done, Glue, with the first opera performance for Team 1. He is now going to be probably going on his looting path, if not just jumping right into checks now that he's got that Illumina. Assuming somebody... everybody can wear everything. So he's good to go. Throw that Illumina on Cyan, Sabin, go to town.
Yep. Yeah, they'll take you clear through to the end of the game. I am curious about if if Glue is going to spend too much time farting around. Oh, look at that. We got
Luminous
Luminous.
Okay.
I mean,
Papa Shango just bought 8 of them.
yeah, who needs to do the opera?
But there was a lot of good stuff Papa Shango got for Minerva's and for what am I thinking? Snow mufflers, so perfect armor for whatever you happen to be running into.
Kurtzman, I'm going to interrupt you. We have just hit 2,000. We have hit our goal already. We just started. Look at that. Look at them go.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much.
Yes, thank you so much for getting us to that 2,000 goal. Who cares about us meowing? This is for a great cause.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Gamers from Hope. Yep.
So those donations was from IRNR Boo, $25 for Meow in the chat, and Jay Brunter with the $55 donation to put us over the top said meow meow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you ask for it, folks. It's going to happen.
They're right to do it.
They are right to do it. They are absolutely right. That's why the Gamers for Hope community and everybody out there is just amazing. And yeah, give yourselves a hand for hitting that 2K mark. Now,
absolutely.
Now, can we get to 2.5 though? We got to push them even further.
That's true. Yeah, we got time. There's we're only on the first of these. We got 3 more afterwards.
Maybe at 2.5, I make Turdsman write a haiku about the Yeti.
Ooh.
Oh,
okay. So we're making incentives for the other person now.
I mean, I'm not going to make an incentive for myself. I want you to.
Okay. All right. Maybe 2750. You have to write a new verse to the opera.
Done.
Man, that was too easy. Should have made it worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Go.
Here we go, go. That makes it worse. Right there.
Right, yeah. Very unfortunate. Glue committing to the bit. No Umaro in his team. But Go-Go is going to be filling in that additional slot there. Not many checks coming out of Go-Go, unfortunately, but
Go-Go statistically does have the fastest, I guess, overall times in the community. Across like different kinds of races. So...
Oh yeah, that's very funny.
So that is that tip though.
I am curious: is that his presence at all, or is that just him as a starting character? Because as a starting character, he's
as a starting character. Okay, so statistically, it's him as a starting character to mimic the rod breaks. That's
it's purely on that starting offense and nothing to do with the fact that he has an absolute terrible check. But. You know you're going to get a free item for it because no free lunches. So you know you're not to go there.
Let me double check that, but I don't think Zone Eater counts as...
Oh!
Because simply because it's his only check. I want to say the same thing applies to Umaro, but I might be wrong about that.
Well, Umaro is a boss fight, so it's different. But for Go-Go, it is not a free check because that's his only check. So that one and Tizen Thief is the other one because you actually have to spend money to get it. So
it's.
I guess yes, it's explicitly not a free check.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Literally not a free check. But you see both of our runners; they're both doing the Imperial camp. We've got a couple of imps on Glue's side, but imps swinging Illuminas are still swinging Illuminas.
Yeah, so one thing about the starting flag set, we also take into account that every character starts with warp, and that allows characters to have a base amount of NP or magic points. So the Illuminas and the Ragnaroks will trigger their criticals immediately because you've already learned warp and already have a spell. So
yeah, normally your character has to have some magic points, which are not MP strictly, but like the ability points of this game that you use to learn spells. Character has to have some of those in the bank before they're allowed to get the critical hit effect from weapons that do that. Both of our runners pick up their Go-Go. Looks like Papa Shango's heading over to a cliff. Gonna go take a dip.
Free falling.
So let's talk about the some of the checks that these characters do. Now, the checks are based on what areas in the game are associated with them in the vanilla game.
Mm-hmm.
So, like in this case, for Sabin, we've got Barren Falls, where they jump off to get to the Veld to eventually get Gao. So that's why this would be considered a Sabin check. We've got some cyan checks. One is Mount Zozo, where you find cyan catfishing the girl in Miranda.
Wow. More meowing.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
I like cyan, but that's literally what happens, so I can't.
I mean,
can't say much about that.
Glue. This is not Moogle racing. Okay, you can't use Phoenix Down on the train.
He was showing off the fact that we've taken that flag off. It was an educational Phoenix Down.
That was this is a great Setzer though.
Ooh, that is
Setzer.
character number 5 for both of our runners now. They're going to be really wanting to pick and choose where they go next to get their next characters. There are a handful of checks that will not provide a character. Tritalk is one. See, I think out of everything they have available right now, that might be the only guaranteed not character check that they've got. Well, and the Zen Thief, who was very expensive, at least in the World of Balance where we saw him.
Yeah, in this economy, in this version of the game, no.
Yeah, not a lot of money getting thrown around.
Oh, vanilla. Okay, vanilla Setzer. All right.
So we got Stooges on Papa Shango's side. Not a fun fight at all, especially with like no magic. Starting out with, we haven't found any Espers yet, which is quite unfortunate. But we're also, we've got great offense. Look at that. VK offerings. Let's go. It's not going to be a hard fight at all.
Oh, no. Papa Shango even slapping on a spare Illumina that he had lying around on the Go-Go there, so Go-Go can get some work done. And first Magicite.
Siren. Do you know I'd love to see Siren?
Oh, yeah.
Siren will be absolutely fantastic on Tier 3 of Final Kefka, or Tier 2 on Final Kefka, where Mute is magical.
Mm-hmm. Or magic is vulnerable to mute.
Yeah. Reverse that. Rewind, reverse it.
I've done that a lot.
You know, just so you know, I'm partially distracted because I'm trying to write an opera verse because I know we're going to hit that 2.7.
I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the order. 575 is just, it's kind of. The limitations are freeing, you know. You're supposed to. I'm trying to look at it that way.
Yeah, exactly. And no Chat GPT for this, by the way.
No, no. That's not allowed.
It's not allowed.
It has to be from the heart.
Yes. Put some feeling into it.
That's right. So we did get to see Papa Shango show off another feature of the Super Ball Relay, which is Y Remove. Earlier we saw Glue do it to his favorite character, but you can also use it to get into certain checks early. So that's why Papa Shango is going to be making his way through the Magitech Research Facility without Celeste, which is normally the character that you need to get this one fired off.
Just going to jump in quick with another donation of $10 from one of our directors for Gaming for Hope here. That is Benasty saying, meow, thank you to everyone who has donated and taken part. I love seeing how far GFH has come. Hearts to everybody. I am so proud of all of us.
Well, thank you very much. Congratulations, you guys. This has been amazing. $2,000. And climbing, for that matter.
No, I love it. This is one of my absolute favorite events throughout the year. Mm-hmm. Really love working with the guys that run this. Don't really like seeing the slow fish on Papa Shango's side. Always a time waster. But we
Not
get
too
through
bad of
it.
a slow fish, thankfully.
Oh, Blue's got experience.
Very
there.
true.
Hello.
Oh yeah,
those are always nice.
They've been in, I think, 3 shops at this point. Shops are stacked in this particular seed. So we got Glue going through Mount Colts here, which is
Yeah,
another
that's
one of
an
Saban's
interesting
checks.
play.
Not the fastest walk. You gotta go through some stuff here, but if you can make all the corners and be really efficient with it, it doesn't take too terribly long. But Magitech early is a really fantastic play from Papa Shango, especially considering he already has his full suite of characters. Since these first two checks here won't give off characters. I completely forgot that Y remove was in effect. Thankfully, Papa Shango did not.
Oh, he didn't. So now we got Chatternook, who is a World of Ruin boss that you would normally see in Owzer's Mansion for when you go to find Realm. You saw Papa Shango trying to run away, even though, of course, it's a boss fight. You can't run away, and that is basically so he can control when the Yeti attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, you can't control him. You don't want anybody to attack the girl, so he runs. Running makes the characters not attack. Yeti is now free to beat up on the demon part.
Yeah, it can be kind of a little tightrope walk. It's pretty easy with Chatternook because it's, you don't want to do anything until it swaps over. But there are some cases where the Yeti's getting a thing queued up and you don't necessarily want him to do it right away, so you have to just constantly run away to prevent him from ruining your plans.
Yeah, pretty much. And you can see that all the bosses are going down actually very quickly. Ooh, Phantom. Phantom's always nice too.
Yeah, blink and you miss it. We had the never avoid skipping leg day demon, Fun Bob over there on Glue's side. His second Esper.
So now I have actually not been paying attention to what's been on these Espers. I think with the amount of physical offense that we have, we probably don't care at this point, though.
Yeah, this crew isn't really hurting for a lot of that. I mean, Illuminas aren't the be-all, end-all solution to every problem, but I guess Illuminas and a Valiant Knife with an offering actually are the solution to every single problem. So Papa Shango
please tell me what it is not a solution to.
Right. Well, I was going to say Tritalk, but
we do have Yeti, so
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Papa Shango's doing fine.
And Papa Shango's now at 5-5, so one more Esper, and he will be heading to.
Oh, it's 5-4. Okay, I thought it was already. Yeah,
you hit that 4 awfully fast.
I is efficient.
You are. Okay, so 5-4. So 2 more Espers, and Papa Shango will be able to go into Kefka's tower and take on the final boss.
So this is a pretty good play coming up here too. Tritalk is all but guaranteed to drop an Esper. With no free lunch attached, so that makes it so that all of the checks that don't have a boss are not going to be a character or an Esper, which means the ones that do have bosses are much more likely to. I want to say there's like 2 dead checks behind bosses if that flag is on. So there's a pretty good chance that Tritalk is going to give it up an Esper, and then the Umaro check after that, you can peek it. I should peek. We got to make sure I use the right terminology so I don't just say the same word over and over again. You can peek it before you actually commit to fighting the boss, so Papa Shango can make sure that it's going to give him his Kefka unlock.
Yeah, on the flip side, though, Glue is doing my absolute favorite check in the game, which is Cyan's Dream. It's going to be guaranteed progression in the middle of either a character or an Esper. We're hoping for an Esper for Glue's sake. But there's also the chance that he could get 2 more Espers from both this check and what's going to be on the throne. Now, will the throne is the throne part of the no free lunch? I can't remember, actually.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think that one still counts as... I've never actually checked that before. Let me get this wiki up.
Well, while you're doing that, so this verse I have to write for the opera, is it just to the opera tune, or does it have to be concerning Like, does it have to fit in with the opera story?
I'm gonna put that one up to dealer's choice.
Okay, well then I have it written. We're good to go.
Yeah, all right.
2.7 and we're good to go.
Man, I gotta step my game up.
Yeah, you do.
Jeez.
This backfired on me pretty good.
Well, now it's just up to chat. Really, the pressure
actually true.
is on our viewers. So, I mean, you don't have to do anything until they, they got to do their part. And knowing them out there, they're going to, because we got to embarrass ourselves, right?
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a Doom.
Well,
Well, it's
thankfully,
going to be a dead Doom in a second.
yeah, thankfully
Yeah.
Doom does not like Pearl.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I'm surprised it's lasting past the first one. We got some heads up from ShadowCid in the chat. Throne is an item.
Okay, good to know. See, I don't play no free lunch flags very often, so
No,
the
neither
little
do I.
nuances of this flag set kind of escape me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was a very quick Doom fight. I think he got to go into his second form, and then another Pearl took him out. So
It was mostly to push the players into doing checks that actually had boss fights, so they can get at least some levels throughout the run, and also pushes some of the rewards of characters and espers to ensure that they would be behind the boss fights, so they're not wasting time. It's like, I fought a boss, dead check. I fought a boss, dead check, and it's like it's going to lengthen the run even more so. So it's to help the runners actually have have a higher chance of actually getting espers and characters. And oh, by the way, Team 2 are going to Kefka.
yeah. So Sigil, if you are out there and listening, you better start gearing up, because you're gonna be up pretty soon.
And Drinks Glue still deciding to leave characters out of this party. I don't believe there is a split XP on this as well, so I think this might just be Glue having some funsies.
I mean, basically, he's saying if I can't take the Yeti, then
Right.
that spot is left open to show my loss.
Yeah, this is an active protest.
Exactly. All right, we've got Air Force as one of the first statue bosses, again, going down very quickly. Now, the interesting thing about only having 5 characters for unlock, this means that one of your parties is only going to be comprised of one person. Now, more than likely, that's not going to be a problem. However, we could get very unlucky with a Doom Gaze popping up and you being level 5, and now you're dead.
Mhm.
So, there are things that can happen, and it is kind of scary sometimes going in with only one person. But I think we're going to see that it's not going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah, probably not. The scaling itself, I want to say, is ×2, and the XP rewards are huge. So these characters are doing reasonably well. Like 31 is going to be just fine to get through the end of this. And yeah, we got Glue getting their Kefka unlock and jumping in onto the switches as well. Not too far behind Team 2 right now.
Exactly, and this is just the first leg of our relay race. So once Glue and or Shango, whoever finishes, the next teammate will jump in with a totally separate seed. So we're not going to be seeing the same seed played over and over and over again. We're going to have a totally different starting party. Different checks are going to give different things. It's still the same flag set, but we will be seeing bosses in different areas and things like that.
Yeah, you'll probably see some of the same bosses floating around here and there, but they're definitely not going to be in the same spots. And the starting party for each of these flags is going to be, not necessarily going to exclude previous characters, but very likely different. So we can see some different checks. Who you have at the beginning really can affect your pathway through this.
I will say spoilers for our next runner, so you guys are aware who the starters are going to be. For the second runners, it will be Shadow, Edgar, and Celeste will be the starting trio.